How's it going, people? Welcome to this week's episode of The Locker Room right here on Top 6 Fan TV. With me in the studio, we have Osbert of Manchester United and Frobisha of Chelsea. I will be flying the Arsenal flag today, and it's bound to be some great banter. We'll be reviewing the action from the previous previous week's round of English Premier League games. We'll focus on the top six, and of course, going deep into the detail, analyzing the results, as well as a preview of the games coming up. And then we'll get right into it after this.
Oh, he's got it! Cometh now! Cometh the man! And it's that one, Mathew! It's 8 goals in his last 8 Premier League starts at Emirates Stadium. Salah! Wow! What a strike by Mohamed Salah!
The ball down the channel, and it's played into Fernandes in the penalty area.
Aguero looking for the 1-2 Balotelli. He's won the title.
Haven't they? Here's Harry Kane.
Kane goes for what a goal from
In business here, Lukaku scores on second debut. It's only taken 14 minutes.
Brilliant. Welcome back, people. If you're just joining us, welcome to the Locker Room right here, Top 6 Fan TV. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button as well, and please share this link widely. With me today in the panel is Mr. Osbert, Manchester United fan. Osbert, say what's up.
Yes, hello, Matthew. Thank you for having me on the show.
Brilliant. And of course, our resident Chelsea fan, Frobisha, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Matthew. Hello, everyone.
Brilliant. Change of jersey, I can see. You're feeling excited. The title is
the cupboard. Now I think I need to, these ones are getting old. I need to get a new one that reflects the European champion, EPL champion, FA Cup champion, Super Cup champion, World Club Cup champion. So, really, I really need to work on. I need to work on that cabinet.
I think so. Well, we'll kick it off, ladies and gentlemen, with a sort of review of the weekend's action from the top four. Kicking it off with Manchester United. Fantastic scenes for them away at West Ham, managing to pull away with a 2-1 win in there. Jesse Lingard with the winner after Cristiano Ronaldo had actually given them the lead. Before Sadio Benrahma actually cut it into half for West Ham to actually claw back. But are United actually showing the lack of champions? Because drama right at the end of that game, David De Gea actually saving a last-minute penalty from Mark Noble, who David Moyes actually brought on as a last-minute substitute just to take that penalty. Mark Noble has not missed a penalty in countless number of games, and David De Gea's record on penalties is there for everyone to see. He's not particularly good at them, but this time he actually saved a penalty. Are we seeing, or are we looking at the lack of champions for Manchester United, Osbert? What's your take?
Thank you, Matthew. The lack of champions is there. The mere fact that there is Cristiano Ronaldo and the team is not playing really well, but they still keep getting the results. So the lack is there. When you look at the midfield of McTominay and Fred, they're still missing something. They don't have the thing of Kante or Kovacic or Jorginho, but they're still getting the results. The mere fact, Cristiano Ronaldo team. So the lack of champions is coming, but it's coming against the weaker sides. If they could get the lack of champions against Man City or Chelsea or Liverpool or Spurs, yes, I would count that as the lack of champions. But against the small sides, I don't. The lack is there, but not for champions. Not for champions, for sure. Not for champions.
Very, very, very interesting. Frobisha, what do you think?
First of all, it's West Ham that scored first.
Mm.
Then I think Ronaldo equalized.
Yeah.
Both lucky goals. I think West Ham's opener, huge deflection. Cristiano Ronaldo's equalizer. I don't know. He must be having the luck of being in the right place all the time to be at the end of those things. I was still complaining why that wasn't a Bruno Fernandes assist in the records in this era of statistics. Yeah, it's very, very annoying that the CR7 scored and they claimed there was no assist. Yet all the hard work was done by Bruno Fernandes, and it's really sad that at the start of this season, apart from the first game, Bruno Fernandes has disappeared from the talk of people's lips. Mm?
Yeah, well, Frobisha, I can see
the way
your fantasy team is doing the talking.
Not necessarily, but on the whole, I don't think this is luck. I think Manchester United, the spirit is up at the moment, and they show that they really want to win the games. However, I still feel like the trick is in the starting 11, the squad selection. That is still the big trick. Whether both Scott and Fred start and Pogba is pushed ahead, or one of Fred or Scott starts and Pogba is supporting in that deep playing midfield, is still the real test that we need to see. That's where Manchester, I feel, if they can. I saw now what Solskjaer is doing for the big games where he sees hard teams and stuff. He plays both Scott and Fred, which I think is a good thing. And and people don't appreciate that, but it's a good thing to have a solid midfield. Just that it takes away from Pogba, because that means that you have to deploy him on the sides, right? And and it doesn't kind of favor him on the sides there. But what to do when you're trying to come up with that solidity? You need to make those risks. Yeah, even when he's playing the deep lying midfield, box to box, I still don't trust him a lot. But he seems that
what's your thought on that?
Pogba prefers to play deep box to box.
Brilliant.
Yes,
sorry for cutting you short, Frobisha. But Osbert, what's your thought on that? Do you feel Fred and McTominay playing together suffocate Pogba?
I wanted to chip in
he's
on
leading assist. He's leading the assist table.
Yes, I wanted to chip. Yes,
go ahead, Osbert.
I wanted to chip in on the whole midfield scenario. Just playing McTominay and Fred as the double pivot gives United a certain form of stability, for sure. It does. But then it also negates Paul Pogba and another creative midfielder. Because you're playing two number sixes, they don't play those nice passes, those through balls. So it becomes a problem. It gives stability to the team, but it becomes a problem creative-wise. So that's where the luck thing is playing a lot, because Manchester United is not playing well. The midfield is not the best for sure. So the luck thing is there. But against West Ham, like I said before, we don't need that luck against West Ham. We need that luck against the Man Cities, the Chelseas, the Liverpools. Those are the ones that we need that luck against. Yes.
Well, fair enough. Fair points. But as you can see, of course, looking at David De Gea, for me that smells like luck. David De Gea serving a penalty. He very rarely does those. Pulls off those penalty saves. And if you look at Mark Noble as well, missing a penalty. It's actually something
I saw people making a lot of criticism of David Moyes' decision, and I really it's very unfair for on the manager's side, because most of us get to talk after the thing has happened, right?
Exactly.
We criticize who did it. There's a time, of course, England did it and it didn't work for them. But then also, Chelsea did it when they brought on, is it Kepa? And it worked for them.
This was the World Club,
the Super Cup.
The Super Cup.
Yeah. So so I think Moyes was more than justified in bringing on a player to take the penalty. Those things did not go his way at the end of it all. You cannot say that a player needs to be warmed up to score the penalty. We have seen people who have been very warm we miss penalties day in, day out, and very critical penalties than this one. So I think there was no problem with the decision. It was a well taken penalty. If De Gea goes the opposite way, we sing Noble's praises. It was beautifully taken. It was going to that side. It was low. I don't know why people are saying it was a poor penalty. It's just that the keeper went the right way.
The keeper was lucky.
The save look easy. But the penalty was taken very well by Noble.
Osbert, you have something. One final thing to contribute. You sound like you're itching before we move on to Chelsea's game.
How can it be a well-taken penalty when the keeper saves it? Of course, it's not. It was a very poor penalty, considering Mark Noble and his expertise and record. It was a very, very poor penalty. Very poor.
I think we're going to debate this until the sheep come home from grazing. So let's move on to the Blues or the Yellows, as we can see with Frobisha right now. Chelsea away to Spurs, 3-0, resounding victory. Horrible first half performance from Chelsea, where we did see Tottenham Hotspurs in control of the match, but I don't know what Thomas Tuchel said in the dressing room at halftime. Probably spoke quite a bit of German in there. The boys came out firing, and it resulted in a resounding 3-0 victory. Thiago Silva, Golo Kante, and Rudiger getting the goals there for Chelsea. Fantastic result for Frobisha. Do you feel that your team doesn't need to rely on Lukaku to score goals?
Fantastic result for Chelsea. I agree. I never for one moment thought that Chelsea was going to rely on Lukaku. That is not. I even have stated it on many fora that Chelsea didn't need Lukaku in that team. But however, his presence does add a lot. I cannot take that away from him. But I know as a team, Chelsea, one of the things I like about our playing style, which I think Lampard had taken away from us, that pressing formation, the 3-4-3, I think is really working wonders in the Premier League. I think teams are struggling to match it in terms of if you come with your 4-4-2, if you come with your 4-3-3, you kind of get lost in it. And you notice the teams that teams are being forced to play it. And I remember even when Conte came and just went on a 13-match winning streak, he also caused the same effect. And
Exactly.
I was happy because it changed us from that playing style of Drogba and Mourinho and gave us a new
Yes.
identity, which I
Yes.
felt that we wanted to carry on. But then Lampard came and tried to distort it. But on the even Sarri did similarly like that with trying to play with these Sarri ball things. However, on
Do you think it will stick,
on the main
Frobisha? Do you think it will stick?
the formation, as long as we
Yes.
have Tuchel,
Yes.
or another like-minded manager, I know Chelsea's is habit of sacking if you disappoint. He may win the EPL this season and he still gets sacked for not winning the Champions League.
Yeah, you might be the coach next season. All goes well.
But I feel like whichever coach comes in, we need to maintain this because it keeps us up the pitch and more aggressive. Now on the match though, on what I can say is that you guys were praising Sol whatever. Miguel, I was happy that he didn't feature in this game. I just don't have a good feeling about those Atletico players. I think Atletico generally plays very well as a team, not as individuals. So when you pick individuals from there, the likes of Partey that are at Arsenal now,
No. Frobisha, that's being biased.
and they go to other teams.
Let me interject there, Frobisha. Let me interject there actually, because you know Diego Costa gave you some good years.
Yeah. Diego Costa was a 1 out of a million, but also him. I cannot clearly say that he gave us some good years. That team was purely before Conte came. It was normal. It was totally normal.
It was. Let me actually interrupt you there and give Osbert a chance to give his view. The view for Manchester United. You view Chelsea as a credible threat for the English Premier League title, and you feel they don't have to rely on Lukaku to bring the goals home, as we saw in this game.
Yes, as things look at the moment, Chelsea looks scary, strong. The midfield looks strong. The defense looks. Rudiger is there. Thiago is there. Christensen is on fire. They look the real package, but to talk, not yet. We are still in September. Title talk, we shall do it in February. How much, but not now, because anything can happen. Anything can happen. Lukaku can get injured. Ante can get injured. Thiago Silva can get injured, and then you see everything falling apart. So title talk, yes, you guys are on fire.
I really want those guys to get injured, and we see because on Saturday we played very well without Kante. I know guys were complaining about the first half, but I think Tottenham came out with a certain determination that they couldn't sustain. They couldn't sustain. So they tried to hold us back, but the heart of a champion always comes to the fore. However big a rat may swell, it still remains food for the cat.
Yes, but you have to react to that.
These are the facts. The first half, Chelsea was very poor. Fact?
No. It wasn't. It wasn't. It just wasn't.
Let's give him a chance, Frobisha. You're looking at it from within an external view.
It's possible. Squad against Chelsea. The first half was bad, but Thomas Tuchel, being the astute manager he is, half time, I don't know what to say. Second half, he takes off Mount, he brings on the workhorse of midfield, the best midfielder last season. He's going to change the game, but otherwise, you guys were 50-50. There was nothing much.
But generally,
yes,
I agree. But generally, I think Mount is kind of out of sorts. I also saw that in the Champions League.
I agree.
And I
Even in the Euros.
I fear for his position. because with the way ZH is playing, maybe Havertz can number me, but Mount looks like he did not combine well with Lukaku, and then when he got ticked for it, he began trying to play every ball to Lukaku instead of. There was a time he was supposed to play it to a guy who was free on the other wing, and then he still waited for Lukaku to arrive, and so he's kind of confused of what to do now, and it's affecting his game. And I'm very happy that our manager was able to notice that.
Well, that is the benefit of having a top class manager in Thomas Tuchel. I believe he's probably in the top 3 best managers after Pep Guardiola and Jurgen Klopp. I believe Thomas Tuchel is in that top 3 as well. And I can't say the same for my beloved Mikel Arteta as we move on into the Arsenal result. But a 1-0 win. 1-0 win there away to Burnley. That man right there, Odegaard.
I think
scoring.
They were dressed like me. It must have played an important role in that win. They were dressed like Chelsea.
No. A much better color, Frobisha. A much better color. Not just yellow. But anyway,
go ahead.
Guys, a hard-fought win away to Burnley. We know Burnley is not an easy place to go to and get a point. They usually make it difficult for teams, although their results don't reflect that. We do know that their coach Sean Dyche has a reputation for being very organized, being able to organize his team, make it very difficult for opposition teams to break them down, and at the same time use their physicality and area ability to actually nick a point or nick results at home. Arsenal pulling away with a 1-0 win. Osbert, do you feel, from the Manchester view, do you feel Arsenal is starting to turn the corner, or is this temporary respite?
When you look at it from the point of view, so to say, 2 games, 6 points. So they are on the up. They are on the up. The keeper is looking good. The young man, Ramsdale, looking very good. Crosses was on point. Commanding his defense was on point. Although he almost made a blunder, but was let off. But the team looks like Partey is playing well now. Odegaard, very nice. He's still young. His soccer is good. Free kicks are on point. So I think Arsenal on the whole has improved. But is it going up? We shall wait for Sunday and see against Spurs. But when they're playing really well, going up? Yes, they're going up, but are they really going up? We shall see on Sunday against Spurs. We shall see.
Frobisha, what do you think? Frob, we had lost you on sound there.
Unmuting me. Am I hearable now?
Yeah. You
okay.
Can hear you now. Go ahead.
Okay. First of all, I just want to commend Arteta. I don't know why Arsenal fans are out for him. He at least now you can see an idea of what he wants to do with the team. He just doesn't have the right eggs to make the omelette with. But you can see it in his desired 4-1-4-1 formation. When Partey is very injury prone, but I think El Neni and has shown that they can cover, or even Xhaka. I think Xhaka may not make the starting 11 at this rate. But I like the formation. Tomiyasu is still showing that he's a very good right back. He's going to be solid defensively, and though he began to show there's something about him I did not appreciate in this game. But he's still your standout, spirited, performing player in terms of giving 100% to the cause. But these are still narrow wins.
Let me just Frob, let me just ask you
Yeah.
there. Sorry for
I
interjecting,
hear
but you mentioned Elneny and Xhaka. I would argue as an Arsenal fan that those are without no disrespect to them, they're obviously solid professionals, but those are the players that we see lacking, or who have lacked the ability to carry us forward in the last 5 years or so. I would make mention of Lokonga in there, who has impressed ever since he joined from Anderlecht in Belgium. But I do feel that yes, with the return of the majority of his desired first 11 in that 4-1-4-1 formation, or sometimes depending on opposition, he sometimes likes to shift it to a 3-4-3 or 3-5-2 formation with obviously the wing backs, Kirantini especially bombing down that left flank to provide a creative outlet.
I don't see him employing that 3-3-3 at the back this season, because I saw him let go of most of the wing backs. I don't know. I don't know if you noticed.
Yes, but they do have. I think the left flank is still fairly formidable with Kirantini and Tavares coming in there.
Oh, yeah.
I think the issue is more on the right hand side, where Tomiyasu is quite strong defensively, both as a right-sided, obviously
center
right back, as well as a right back. He can also play as a right-sided center back. So he's actually quite strong defensively, but we have not seen what he can do offensively, apart from that kung fu kick on his debut that a lot of the Chelsea fans seem to like quite a bit. But for me, I think what the way I look at it, obviously defensively, we are showing a lot more stability with the gentleman on your screen now back in that defense. Gabriel pairing up with Ben White. Ben White having a bit of a shaky start. We'll wait to see. Maybe he needs a bit more game time to settle in.
It was his playing partner that makes you look bad. His playing partner. You see,
but he will settle down.
Last season when Luis was there, he didn't have these compliments about this gentleman.
No. This gentleman had a good first few games until he got COVID last season. So this season, I think, to be honest, Frobisha, this guy provides a better partnership than let's say Gabriel Murray and Rob Holding. I mean, if choosing between Gabriel Murray and Rob Holding is like picking between COVID and malaria, the guy is really you cannot compare them in terms of solidity, aggression, and just defensive organization. So I do believe that that Gabriel and Ben White will be the fast choice defensive pairing, and they give us a bit of stability. My issue with Arsenal is in the attack. Yes, we have Martin Odegaard coming in there and Smith Rowe playing in with this directness. I believe Odegaard is starting to take games by the scruff of the neck, dictating play, as we saw in the last game. But too often, the final ball, the ball to the final third into Aubameyang, breaks down quite a bit, and we do see our attacks breaking down. We only have 2 goals from open play. One of them a free kick, as we saw, and one of them which was a scrappy goal that was bundled in by Aubameyang at Norwich. So for me, that's my assessment as an Arsenal fan. I still feel we're short on the attacking side.
The free kick is not open play, leave us alone.
You're taking that away from us as well.
Situation. That's a dead ball situation, my brother.
I can see you're
anyway, in terms of attack, I think he has. I think that what he is putting out right now is the best he can. I don't see. Honestly, when I look at what he's trying to do, I don't see how he can put in Lacazette in that starting lineup. But then also, Machaz, I don't see him using him. I don't understand why. But when you put in Lacazette into the starting 11, then it doesn't leave you with options coming off the bench. I'm excited about Pepe consistent running in the team. I don't know. I want to see what he can bring to the table. I felt like in the previous seasons, he has not been utilized the way he's being utilized now. So I'm still observing Pepe. And the issue about El Neni and Jaka failing you in previous seasons has to do a lot with the general team spirit. Really, maybe players take the fall for a lot of things. But like for example, El Neni has always been used as backup. He has never been trusted with. But the few games that he played, you could see that he was up for the challenge. And I think Samba Lukonga Samba is young, and also you have to watch the way he's being introduced into the Premier League. You can, as you can see, how Saul suffered. I know I'm sorry for sticking him.
It was the first game from.
Yeah, he's going, but I know he's going to deliver for Chelsea. I agree. So I'm sure Arteta must be having that in mind and being careful with the way he's playing that boy. Just like how you see Aston Villa is managing the Leon Baileys and Bondias and all that. I don't understand how that guy has all that attacking prowess at his disposal, and he chooses to play five defenders at Aston Villa the way they are playing. But anyway, so he's managing the minutes for Sunday, and I think that's good from Arteta. Though on the whole, like you're saying, the attack is still lacking, but I think it's just lacking in terms of getting used to playing together. Maybe that's what I can.
That in addition to that's a great point from sorry for interrupting, but that's a great point there. I do believe that it's obviously a young team. It's going to take time to gel. Average age of this team is you're looking at 23, 24 years old.
No, you guys
with that equally with that equally youthful coach
of 23, 24.
No, these are facts.
Premier League is very mean, my dear.
Anyway, Frobisha, I can see you're itching to start trolling us. But let's leave Arsenal at that. We will go into the predictions for next weekend, where we'll discuss their chances against Spurs. But wrapping it up with Liverpool coming in, they're going to Anfield and welcoming Crystal Palace, who came off the back of a resounding victory against Spurs themselves. But Liverpool coming on top, 3-0, goals from Sadio Mane, Mo Salah, the Egyptian king, evergreen, and a wonder strike from Naby Keita there, securing the points for Liverpool. These guys are looking just as good as Chelsea, and I believe they're flying under the radar. A lot of the burden of expectation on who will win the Premier League is seated at Chelsea, Manchester United, and Man City's door. Liverpool could, in my view, benefit from this. What was your view of their results and how it played out?
For Liverpool, you hosted me on this show the first time, and I told you guys the only reason Man City won the trophy was because Liverpool was doing what? Got so many injuries last season. This season they have pretty much the team that won the title back in shape, with the addition of Jota and those reinforcements that you know that are definitely going to do what perform. So Liverpool is definitely a threat, and they look like they have a revived hunger and determination to what to go to have a go at this. So they are definitely title challengers. I don't think that we can rule them out. Kongs to Mane. I don't know when Firmino will be back. Bambi, they are really suffering because of those random injuries. And but at least their midfield is solid. Although also Harvey Elliott, who was I think the successor of Wijnaldum in that midfield. I think
getting an injury.
Getting that terrible injury.
I'll have to cut you short just there, Frobisha, because of time. Manchester City having falling to a goalless draw at home to Southampton. Pep Guardiola obviously being frustrated by Ralph Hasenhuttl and his team. So we won't really go into much detail. There's not much, obviously, judging by the results that we did see on that. But as the table stands, we're looking at Chelsea on top with 13 points. Liverpool also with 13 points in second place, but same goal difference. So literally tied. Manchester United coming in on third, 13 points as well. Brighton, the surprise package, coming in at fourth with 12 points. And in fifth place, Manchester City. So it is starting to shape up quite a bit. It will be very difficult to dislodge the top four if you remove Brighton from that picture. Because I do believe that they will eventually fall away. I do believe that it will be difficult to dislodge that top four. Arsenal, in 13th place there, and Spurs in 7th. I still believe there's going to be quite a bit of movement in between 13th and 6th position within the next few days, next few games and matches that we see. But I do want to draw attention to. As we move on to this weekend's upcoming matches as we close off the show. Unfortunately, we lost Osbert right there. Hopefully, we'll get him on. If not, we'll catch up with him next time. Frobisha, the fixtures for this coming weekend, we do have an action-packed weekend with the biggest match of the lot being Arsenal versus Tottenham, the London derby.
The London derby.
So anyways, being an Arsenal fan, I'll say that's the biggest game because it's a massive game for us. What's your prediction on that?
Level on points. Are they still points ahead of you? I think they are. They won 3 games.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I thought you were level on points after that.
No.
But I see Spurs.
They are 3 points ahead of us. They have 9 points. We have 6 points.
The Crystal Palace game was an off. The red card really did destabilize the team. Chelsea, they did bring their A game for the Chelsea contest, but they were outsmarted by a solid and determined team.
I'll squeeze you on time, Frob. I need.
All right. My only challenge with Spurs right now is Harry Kane. I really don't know if Harry Kane is alive. So I'm still going with Spurs to win that game against Arsenal.
What's your prediction?
Goal. Let's say 2-1 in favor of Spurs.
I will say 2-1 in favor of Arsenal, just because I believe we have a little bit of momentum. It's a derby. Form goes out the window, I know, but it's a derby and we need the win a lot more. I think Arteta needs the win a lot more than Nuno does, although pressure will grow on Nuno. Chelsea versus City, big game right there. Chelsea versus City.
If Chelsea wins that game, you guys have to allow that they are going for this seriously.
Fantastic. What's the score? What's your score prediction?
1-0.
1-0 to Chelsea. Lukaku scoring, of course. Brilliant.
Whoever.
Manchester United versus Aston Villa.
I think Kante might be the one scoring that goal.
Manchester United, Aston Villa. What's your prediction?
Manchester United, Aston Villa. I'm going for a draw. I'm going
You're
for
a draw.
Yeah.
Osbert,
1-1.
you've just come on at prediction
1-1
time.
or 2-2.
Let's give Osbert a chance.
Issues.
No worries. Manchester United versus Aston Villa, this game at Old Trafford, coming up this weekend. What's your prediction? You're the Man United guy.
The mere fact that it is home, it's a home game, it will be a 2-1, a 2-1. Let me be modest, because Aston Villa is on form. Let me be modest. Yes. A 2-1, a 2-1.
So 2-1 to Aston Villa.
Yes.
2-1 to Aston Villa. Okay.
No, 2-1 to Manchester United.
So you guys are going to lose.
Manchester United.
All right. All right. Brilliant. We have Liverpool going to Brentford. Frobisha, what do you believe the score for that one will be?
Yeah, that one is tight. Brentford has shown a lot of defensive might, but Liverpool to edge it still. They are showing the grit that they can manage this. So Liverpool, let me say 2-0. 2-0
to Liverpool. Osbert, what do you think? Liverpool, Brentford, what score do you predict there?
I'm going for the 2-2. I'm going for a 2-2 draw. Brentford at home has been playing very well. Ivan Toney is on fire. Mboma is on fire. The same with Liverpool, but I'll give this a home advantage to Brentford, and I give them a 2-2 draw. A 2-2 draw.
Fantastic, gentlemen. I believe with that we'll come to the end of this week's show. Thank you very much for coming on. It's looking great at the table right now. Arsenal is buzzing right now. 2 wins, albeit hard-fought wins, 1-0 wins, 1-0 to the Arsenal. The famous song is coming back to haunt us. But it is interesting times ahead. Thank you for joining us, Frobisha, from the Chelsea corner, as well as Osbert from the Manchester United corner. I represented Arsenal today. If you just joined us, feel free to play back, start from the beginning. We had a great time right here. Smash the like button. Please do subscribe and, enjoy the show. We'll be sure to bring you some more great content. Have a great week and take care. Stay safe and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.